Fetty Wap, born Willie Maxwell II, emerged from Paterson, New Jersey, a city known for its grit and raw talent. In 2014, everything changed when Trap Queen hit the streets. With his melodic flow, auto-tuned vocals, and unmatched charisma, Fetty Wap skyrocketed to fame. The song went viral on SoundCloud, climbed Billboard charts, and soon became an anthem for a new wave of hip-hop. Suddenly, a kid from the projects was rubbing shoulders with Drake and Kanye. Between 2015 and 2016, Fetty Wap exploded onto the music scene and quickly became a hit machine. Songs like 679, My Way, and Again didn't just chart, they dominated the Billboard Top 10. His rise was meteoric, and for a moment, Fetty was everywhere. In fact, he made history by becoming the first rapper since Eminem to have 3 songs in the top 10 at the same time, a rare feat that solidified his status as a breakout star. But it wasn't just the music that made Fetty Wap stand out. It was also his look, bold, different, and instantly recognizable. He had lost his left eye to congenital glaucoma as a child, but rather than trying to hide it, he turned it into a defining feature. Fetty didn't wear an eye patch or use a prosthetic. He embraced his appearance with pride, turning what many would see as a disadvantage into a symbol of resilience and individuality. It became part of his identity, inspiring fans and setting him apart in an industry often obsessed with image and perfection. Beyond the spotlight, Fetty Wap lived the dream life many aspiring artists can only imagine. By the age of 24, he was flying in private jets, showing off flashy jewelry, driving exotic sports cars, and riding around on a fleet of motorcycles. He fully embodied the lavish hip-hop lifestyle, capturing the attention of fans and the media alike. With every step, Fetty seemed to defy the odds, creating his own path in the music industry and culture. More than just a rapper, Fetty Wap became a symbol of confidence, authenticity, and perseverance. His success story reminded the world that being different can be powerful, and that true greatness often comes from embracing who you really are. As quickly as Fetty Wap rose to fame, his fall came just as fast. The spotlight that had once illuminated his every move began to dim. Fame, as he learned, isn't bulletproof. Behind the scenes, things were unraveling. Legal issues started to pile up. There were lawsuits, internal tensions with his label, and creative differences that slowed down his once unstoppable momentum. The tight-knit crew he had started with began to fracture, and people he trusted drifted away or turned against him. Worse still, Fetty experienced deep personal losses. Friends he had grown up with were lost to violence, leaving emotional scars that no amount of success could heal. The glamorous lifestyle started to show its cracks. And then, in 2021, everything came crashing down. Fetty Wap was arrested on federal drug trafficking charges. The headlines were jarring. The same artist who had once topped the charts and brought melodic rap to the mainstream was now facing a potential life sentence in prison. Fans were stunned. It seemed unthinkable that the golden boy of hip-hop, who once embodied resilience and positivity, could fall so hard. But even in the face of overwhelming adversity, Fetty didn't fold. He stayed connected to his roots and his supporters. Through emotional messages on social media and candid interviews, he opened up like never before. He spoke honestly about his mistakes, the weight of mental health struggles, and the overwhelming pressure that comes with sudden fame. Fetty Wap wasn't trying to escape judgment. He wasn't asking for sympathy. What he wanted was redemption. He wanted to grow, to learn, and to become a better version of himself. His story, once about fame and fortune, had now become one about survival, humility, and hope for a second chance. At the height of his fame, Fetty Wap's lifestyle didn't just reflect success, it rivaled that of rap royalty. He wasn't just living large, he was living legendary. His garage looked like a luxury car showroom. Bentleys, BMW i8s, and Rolls-Royce Wraiths were just the beginning. Each vehicle was carefully selected, customized, and flaunted with pride. But one of his most jaw-dropping purchases stood above the rest: a sleek, $2.1 million Bugatti Chiron. The car wasn't just a symbol of wealth, it was a statement. Fetty Wap had arrived, and he was here to stay. His fashion choices were just as bold. From diamond-studded watches and thick gold chains to custom grills and exclusive designer fits, Fetty embodied high-end hip-hop flair. He rocked Balmain jeans, Louis Vuitton jackets, and off-white sneakers with ease, blending street style with runway fashion. Every appearance was a fashion moment, calculated, confident, and unapologetically extravagant. Fetty didn't stop at cars and clothes. He invested in real estate, securing multiple properties across the East Coast. His most notable was a sprawling 7-bedroom mansion in New Jersey. It wasn't just a home, it was a creative compound featuring a built-in recording studio, a state-of-the-art home theater, and a backyard designed like a music video set. It reflected his ambition, vision, and understanding of his brand as more than just music. It was a movement. Even as legal troubles began to cloud his image, Fetty's Instagram still offered glimpses into his glamorous world. Lavish vacations to Dubai, Paris, and Caribbean islands showed him surrounded by luxury, sipping champagne on private yachts, enjoying private chef dinners, and soaking in skyline views from 5-star penthouses. This wasn't just wealth, it was empire building. Fetty Wap lived like an icon, and for a time his lifestyle was just as legendary as his music. Today, Fetty Wap may not be topping the Billboard charts every week, but his presence is still felt throughout the music world. His influence echoes in the work of a new wave of artists. Names like Rod Wave, A Boogie Wit Da Hoodie, and Lil J all carry traces of Fetty's signature melodic trap sound, a blend of emotional storytelling and catchy hooks that he helped popularize. His blueprint is alive and well. Even on platforms like TikTok, where trends move at lightning speed, Fetty's songs remain timeless. Trap Queen is still a go-to anthem, with Gen Z singing along to lyrics released before many of them were even in grade school. But Fetty Wap's journey isn't frozen in the past. Despite being behind bars, he continues to create. From inside prison walls, he's recording new music and pouring his energy into writing a memoir, a personal reflection on fame, struggle, loss, and growth. He remains active on social media, posting messages to fans and staying connected to the people who supported him from day one. His tone has changed. It's no longer just about the glitz and glam, it's about growth, accountability, and purpose. Fetty has found a new lane. He's shifted from the bright spotlight of superstardom to something deeper and more meaningful. He speaks openly about freedom, not just the kind that comes from being outside prison walls, but the inner freedom that comes with healing, self-awareness, and forgiveness. He talks about striving to be a better father, a better artist, and a better man. This isn't the final chapter. It's the second act of a story still being written. Fetty Wap may have stumbled, but now he's rising again, this time with a message, a mission, and a renewed sense of purpose. Fetty Wap's journey is one of raw talent, meteoric rise, and unwavering resilience. Born Willie Maxwell II in Paterson, New Jersey, he grew up navigating the challenges of his neighborhood while grappling with congenital glaucoma. Losing his left eye in childhood could have defined him, but instead it became part of his identity, a symbol of strength and individuality. His breakout single, Trap Queen, released in 2014, became a cultural explosion almost overnight. The song's catchy hook, autobiographical lyrics, and Fetty's distinctive croon resonated far beyond Paterson, propelling him onto national radio and into the mainstream conversation. By 2015, Fetty was inescapable. 679, My Way, and Again all landed in the Billboard Top 10 simultaneously, making him the first rapper since Eminem to pull off that feat. It wasn't just about the numbers. His music defined a new wave of melodic trap, influencing artists like Rod Wave, A Boogie Wit Da Hoodie, and Lil J. Trap Queen remains a TikTok anthem, with Gen Zers belting out its hook even if they weren't born when it first dropped. With success came lavish displays of wealth. Fetty's car collection read like a luxury catalogue. Bentleys, BMW i8s, Rolls-Royce Wraiths, and at the pinnacle, a $2.1 million Bugatti Chiron. He draped himself in diamond-studded watches, custom gold grills, and designer threads from Balmain, Louis Vuitton, and Off-White, each look amplifying his status as a style icon. His real estate portfolio spanned the East Coast, a 7-bedroom. But the heights of fame proved precarious. Lawsuits, label disputes, and creative conflicts began chipping away at his momentum. Friends from his inner circle were lost to violence, leaving emotional wounds that no platinum plaque could heal. In 2021, Fetty's world came crashing down when he was arrested on federal drug trafficking charges. Even behind bars, however, Fetty Wap refused to fade into obscurity. From prison, he continued to record new music, his voice cracking over the phone with the same raw emotion that sparked his rise. From the blocks of Patterson to sold-out arenas, luxury cars, and designer dreams, his crown may have slipped, but it never truly fell. His legacy is still being written, and if the past is any indication, the best is yet to come.